Hi, Cassie Haney here from OK with RA, and I have not posted in a while, and I just decided to sit down and make a video because there's what I want to talk about is just daily life with rheumatoid arthritis, and the medical free approach. So I was just going to kind of give a rundown of what I feel like most of the time. For me, I've had arthritis diagnosed for 14 years, and I've been unmedicated the whole time except for 6 months on prednisone. And I have found a lot of success in feeling good every day using diet and lifestyle changes. And usually I feel good most of the time. However, at this point in my journey, I do tend to have swollen fingers in the mornings. And I do have some joint damage on my feet. So sometimes, in fact, I will say usually when I walk, if I'm walking barefoot, I can't just walk normally. I have kind of a protected gait. And, but in the right pair of shoes, I can do anything. So, and as far as how I feel, I usually wake up and I feel kind of stiff in the mornings, and usually the best thing I can do is get up, get productive, and get going, because for me it seems like once I get going I do a lot better. And I will say that for me, if I can take a break from food, like if I have a flare, a small flare, if I have some kind of a small flare up and I take a break from food for 24 hours, or not even that, even just 14 hours or something like that, what I usually do is I end up eating a lot. When I do eat, I eat a lot, but it really does take the inflammation out. If I'm having any inflammation of any kind, I really can stay away from food for a while and do really, really good. And the other thing that'll help me is if I stay away from food for half a day or a day and take a nap. Those things together make a huge, huge difference. And for me, one thing that I'm really wanting to learn more about that I have never really explored up to this point is the dynamic between emotions and RA flares and RA pain. Because I have just been through some really heavy emotional things. And when that process first hit, I had a flare that was worse than anything I've had since I found this diet that I'm on. And it wasn't the diet that was the problem, because I had my diet didn't change. I was sticking to it. I was doing all the right things diet-wise, and I had a flare like you wouldn't believe. But I went through a really traumatic emotional event with a close relationship, and my arthritis went out through the roof like I have not experienced in years. And so I'm finally kind of on the other side of that, and now I'm about 3 months out from that moment. And I am finally back to where I was before that hit, which means I really feel good most of the time, and I can get up and do whatever I want to do. It doesn't hold me back. Although sometimes I do things a little slower, or maybe a little less gracefully, or maybe I have to do things in my own special way. But there's nothing I can't do because I have arthritis. And also the other part of that is that I am not living with any pain of any kind. I feel good. I don't hurt anywhere. There's nothing in my body that is like sending me pain signals. I don't have any issues like that. Like day in and day out, I don't have any problems like that of any kind. However, I will occasionally have some kind of a strange pain that I'm sure is an arthritis-related pain. And I can kind of tell you what that's like. So I had in my big toe It was like the top and the side of my big toe on my right foot. I had this just really intense, red hot pain, and I felt it at night. Then it came like during the night, and I had it that night while I was trying to sleep. And then for like the next couple days, I had a very, very difficult time putting on my tennis shoes, because you know how you have to kind of bend your toes down and push them into your shoe. So pushing my toes into my shoe was like so painful. I just had to like grin and bear it and just force my foot in there if I wanted to wear those shoes, which those are the shoes I can do the most stuff in because they're tennis shoes and they have a lot of support. I really like the Hoka brand of shoes. If you, they're expensive. If you have RA, I say life is short, buy the shoes. Buy the most expensive, lightweight, cushy, tushy shoes you can get your hands on, because you, my friend, you need good shoes. You're not that girl who can wear cute shoes and be styling and not be comfortable. No, you need the cushy Hoka tennis shoes. So anyway, that happened. Well, then that subsided and it was gone for like a week. And then a few days after that, I had a very similar feeling, red hot pain in this wrist. And I don't know what the deal was with it, but this wrist was just, it just hurt. It just hurt really bad. And it was the same deal, lasted for a couple of days, and then it was gone. So now here I am. I don't have any pain. I don't have any problems. I don't have any issues. My diet's on track. One thing I've been doing that's new that I think is so wonderful, and I think every person who can do it should do it, is water aerobics. So my grandmother goes to water aerobics every Monday morning at 10, and I've been with her the last 2 weeks. And things that I cannot do on dry land, I can do in the water. And it mostly has to do with walking heel to toe and pushing off my toe when I walk. I can do that in the water. Jumping and pushing off the balls of my feet and stuff like that I cannot do on dry land, hardly ever, I can do in the water, and it gives me just so much more that I can do, which I feel like is so beneficial, to take those little tiny toe joints through their range of motion to strengthen, you know, kind of my ankle and feet and the lower part of my leg, where a lot of times I'm kind of catering to the damage that's there, so I don't really push what I can do. But in the water, I can really push it, and I can really make a big difference. Food-wise, I really want to make a video and a post about some meal ideas, because I've been taking pictures of my food, and I need to make a post about that. But food-wise, like, I just had a big salad. Last night, I just cooked some sweet potatoes, and I ate them with hummus and carrots and cucumbers. And I also had grapes and cherries for dessert. I eat a lot of hummus with a lot of veggies, and I cook a lot of sweet potatoes. And so I'll make a post about that soon, because really the most important thing to this whole equation is taking the inflammatory foods out of your diet, making them a non-existent part of your life, because if you don't eat them, the inflammation just does not get riled up, your immune system stays calm and cool, and your body can get to a spot of healing where it's several steps ahead of this inflammatory process that's always trying to wreak havoc on your body. So your diet is the key. Next to diet comes exercise, and you've got to exercise every day. You need to oxygenate your joints, and you need to take them through their range of motion. You need to push past that uncomfortable spot and take them through your range of motion so that they don't lock up. Because once they lock up, they don't unlock. And you can see this on me. I have a hand that's kind of locked up. Well, if I would have been putting that hand through, if I wouldn't have had this mindset, well, it hurts when I do that, so I'm not going to do it. I would be better off today, because now I know how to manage my pain, and I'd still have much more use of that hand. Even though the hand works well, I can do a lot with it, and I'm grateful for that. The other thing is lots of sleep. Lots of sleep and a nap in the afternoon is going to only feel better. And stress reduction. And what I really want to look into is the emotional component to RA and arthritis flares. So if you have anything on that, I would love to hear your story. So anyway, that's the video for today. Glad I got one out there. Hope you have a good one. And life is sweet. Bye.